Hi guys, my name is Cat Valley, and for my blog post today, I decided to make a list of my top tips on traveling. I have traveled, road trips, buses, airplanes, so I have pretty much done it all. So these are kind of like little mistakes I've made along the way and like things that I've learned from. So here we go. So my very first and most important tip, at least I believe is most important tip, is as soon as you decide on your destination, to make a list of activities that you want to do while you're there, and then based off of those activities, you can narrow down what you need to pack so you're not packing an excess amount of things. So for instance, I'm not going to pack my winter boots when I'm planning to travel to Florida and gonna go to Panama and explore the beach. So obviously that would not make sense. So as soon as I decide on things to do, I can get started on packing. So I make my list and record it in my trusted Lily planner. I love this thing. I just got it a couple months ago, and they have a bunch of new prints out and super cute, and I highly recommend getting a Lily planner. My next piece of advice is to always check the weather when you're packing as well, because I cannot tell you the amount of times I have not even bothered checking, and all I pack is cardigans, and it's freezing, and I could have just avoided the whole situation if I had just checked my weather app. I always trust my handy dandy weather channel app that you download. I know that the iPhones come with a weather app, but I just find the weather channel one a little more accurate and in detail. So always check that while packing. And then my next piece of advice is whether you're planning to go on a road trip or you're traveling via airplane, to pack reading materials, so like a book, magazines. Also usually pack some sort of listening advice, your iPhone, whatever you listen your music on, because you will get very bored. And let's face it, airport terminals charge so much for reading materials. So a book that I recommend that I am reading right now is Strength Finders. I am reading it for my fashion merchandising class, and I actually find it very interesting and helpful. You can take an online quiz, and it gives you your top 5 strengths. So I thought it was pretty interesting, and I definitely recommend it. It's by Tom Rath. So give it a chance. So my next piece of advice, and my mom's number one piece of advice, is to pack a carry-on or a second form of luggage. She was always Kat, you need to pack something, because if they lose our suitcases, then you're without anything to wear or just the basic necessities, and that has happened multiple times, and it is not fun. So now I'm okay, Mom, I understand where you're coming from. So always pack a second form of luggage, pack extra change clothes and toothbrush, just the basic necessities, nothing too crazy. And so always do that. And then my final piece of advice is, when you're traveling, always wear layers and wear light clothes. So when I travel through the airport, I just wear my cropped leggings, because I find that it's enough coverage. I'm not wearing shorts, so my legs aren't freezing, but where I'm not sweating with sweatpants on. So yeah, I do that, and then a loose tee, and then I always pack a light jacket, just in case, because that cabin pressure gets me every time, and I'm always freezing. So yeah, I do layers. Wear tennis shoes, don't wear flip-flops. Very easy to trip on those things when you're in a hurry and running through the airport. And don't wear boots or lacy things, because you're going to have to take your shoes off at multiple terminals. So I always just recommend wearing tennis shoes, and I always wear my cute socks underneath, so then I'm still a little stylish. I think, at least. Well, I hope you found this very helpful and useful. So those are my top tips on traveling.